Welcome, new educators. Today we're going to talk about Kickserv, the program we use for your scheduling, your estimating, the approvals, and all the money. So let's get started. So on your iPad, this is a computer version. It will look similar to this. And this, I only have one appointment up because we're only going to be using one. But this is what your calendar day would look like. You can go to week. You can see your whole week, or you can go to day, which is what you'll generally do, and see here. So all you'll do is you'll double tap or click on the day, and you'll get a soft screen come up that'll kind of give you all the information as well. There's two things to learn here. There are two things to click on. There is the opportunity, which means your estimate, or it might say job, and that would be the same thing, and that's this. Or it's the full contact of all jobs and all things that you've done for this client. So if you've made more than one, it would be on here. And so to go into today's appointment, you would click on this. To go into the customer's file to see a job that you've estimated or something else from a previous day, or maybe you've made two estimates that day, you would go here. Now, when you make more than one estimate, I will show you. I'm just reminding you now because this is kind of a red flag, and I'm telling you now. When you make a new opportunity for somebody, which we'll be going over here in a little bit, you've got to call the call center to schedule it for yourself. And they may have updated that since I've worked on this, so we'll go through this. So it used to be that way. We'll see when we go through the process if you're able to do it or not. So anyway, we will go into today, which is this right here. This may say chimney or wildlife or water leak, whatever. It's whatever's right here is what you're going to click on. So we're going to click on it, and now here is the file. So here's all the information again. Up here is the stuff that you'll do. Now, here you go. You will never mark lost. Ever. You'll mark one, but if the customer can do it, we'll talk about that later. But then here's your view your estimate, which we'll talk about later as well, just to kind of talk to you about. The main thing I wanted to say right now is do not ever hit this. Okay. So as you go down, you'll swipe up and go down. Here's your day and time and everything again. So let me talk about what this says. 9 to 11. Rule. First appointment of the day is either 8 to 10 or 9 to 11. You will look the night before and you will see where you're going, and you'll time yourself to be there 15 minutes early for the day. That is company rule. You've now heard it on video. So you must get there. Now, I understand traffic. But that's why if you do get there, believe me, not many people are going to be upset if you got there. If you timed it to be there at 1:45 and you get there at 8:30, they're not going to be upset that they're early. You may have to wait, but a lot of times you can start your day early. And that is awesome, especially in the wintertime and fall. So what this means, call on way. The call center is happy with the call on the way. And so you'll call them on the way. This means $149.99 camera inspection, and if you need to clean it, it'll be an additional $50. Now, we don't clean any chimney that doesn't pass code, which we will talk about later in probably another video. So after you've done your inspection form, you'll then go from your inspection form and you'll have to create an estimate. Fast field forms is what we use now. That will change later, but right now we have nice forms that have been made, especially for what type of chimney and fireplace you're inspecting. You'll refer to that and memory on what to estimate on here to give people their prices and their estimations. So we will begin by, if you are doing an inspection, you will always do the inspection on the very first file, the one that you clicked on originally. Because when we do the estimate, we're going to create a new file, and the new file will be created not on this one. That will be the estimate. So this right here is essentially, if you end up showing up and there's no inspection that needed and it ends up just being an estimate, you can of course put it on here. And that would be an estimate, and you won't be charging anybody anything. You'll just be sending over an estimate. But most likely, if it says you're going to camera inspect it, you're going to show up, you're going to do the camera inspection. That would be wonderful. You'll do it. You'll end up charging them for it. So what you do here is you hit add charge. This window will pop up. You come in here and you type in camera. And there it pops up. So there it is right there. You'll go in here. This is important. Better option, estimate option, order work completed. This one is a work completed because you just did it. You'll hit quantity 1 and you'll add the charge. So now, that is what you do here. Now, at this point, you're creating the estimate, so you're not going to go explain this to them yet, because you have to, or you created the invoice for the camera inspection. So now what you're going to do, you're going to now go in and create an estimate. How you do that is now you would go in here and you would click on the name of the person, opportunity 4, and this is what their file looks like. All their jobs, all their opportunities. See, I have a lot of opportunities, or a few. And you're going to go into opportunities. You're going to click new opportunity. And you'll click, it's a Chimney job. You don't have to put any of this. There's the contact. And you created the job. Okay? So, create opportunity. So now here's where it is super important. Now you have a blank file. And if you notice, it's not scheduled at all. You must schedule it right now and then put yourself on it so that you can view it. So if you leave this file before you do this, you will not be able to see it. I repeat, if after you create your estimate and you go back to the other file, you won't be able to see it because you didn't schedule it for yourself to see it. And how you do that is you schedule estimate. It's going to automatically pop up the time you're doing it, and that's fine. Keep it there. All you type in here is estimate. Oops. Okay, and you just put your name on it. So you'll get to know where your name is better than I do. So there you go. Now you add event. So what I'm going to show you now is if you go back to calendar, which I'm just going to open in another video. So this is my calendar for the day. And now you'll see my estimate. You would not see this estimate on there if I did not put it for myself. And so that will pop up now because you've created another appointment for you for the day that ends up being the estimate for that person. So if you end up selling it, the call center will take this estimate and schedule it and move it to a new day. If it stays an estimate, it'll stay on this day until the customer approves it. So we'll go back. So here's your estimate. We've already created the file for the invoice for the cleaning, or excuse me, the inspection. So this is what you do. I will go through this kind of quickly and just kind of say, because we're just going to say we're going to do a waterproofing bundle. It's just a water leak bundle. So you'll get to know this, and I will show this in another video, but I'm going to go through it now because you're going to sell a lot of these. So you hit add charge, search for the item, and you're going to type in water leak proof. So when you do this, I want to show you something here. So when you hit add charge, if you hit the one that doesn't have any hyperlinks, that's wrong. It's in our system to stay there because of old estimates. You cannot use this one. So let me show you what you do. You would go in there and edit. You'd hit the X button. You'll type in water leak proof. And now you'll take your finger and swipe down. And then you will see when you get to the 12, it's right here. See the links? So you're going to want to click on that, and you'll hit update. Now, you'll hit update, and then you'll go back and edit it, or if you get, when you're good, you'll do this. You've got to select that this is an estimate. This is not a better option, or order, or work completed. This is an estimate. You've got your quantity 1. The reason I do that, quantity 1's there. So now you have your links that show people, and if you click on the link while you're talking to the people, it'll automatically go to our chimney cap page to talk about chimney caps. You hit the back button, and you can go talk about what a Mortar Crown overlay is. Now, you can, so on and so forth. You can go down and click all the links, or you can just hit this video. It'll more than tell you this. It'll even option them. I suggest you do this and say to the customer, hey, I can tell you about all this and everything else, and it's going to take about 5 minutes, so why don't we just let you have the owner talk about it, and he's going to say everything exactly what it is and how it goes and show you better pictures than me clicking back and forth. So here's the video. Click on the video.
Welcome, Master Services. I'm Chad Murray, Certified Master Chimney Technician and founder and owner. This is how we stop water leaks. Our water leak prevention bundles. We're going to start from the roof up. So we're going to bond your roof to your flashing to your chimney. As you can see, this is a bad example of, or a good example of bad flashing. And as you come over here, we're going to bond it from the brick through over the flashing onto the roof, creating a perfect watershed from the brick chase down to that. Then we're going to waterproof with Chimney Saver solvent base. Best material ever product to clean a chimney, or to stop water leaks on a chimney. If you see here, this is the cause of a lot of water leaking, and this is the spalling. You'll also have effervescence, and you also have more flaking off. What Chimney Saver does, it's not a sealer, it's a proofer. There's a difference. If you notice here, a sealer will seal out anything that is inside the chimney. Think of the chimney as a cave. Cave sweat. Sweat needs to perspire and get out. Well, to do that, it's going to go through the brick and leave out through the chimney chase. What a proofer does is, if you notice right here, is it's going to allow any moisture on the inside. The cave is the chimney going up into the heavens. So what we're going to do is we're going to proof it, and we're not going to let any moisture in, but we're going to let all moisture out. And by doing this, it's a 10-year warranty. We suggest having it redone every 7 years. The next thing is, as you go up, the Mortar Crown. This is the top of the chimney. This is what holds the chimney together. It is the very top glue to keep the chimney top from decaying from top down. So what we're going to do is we're going to take and we're going to either lay a new Mortar Crown if there isn't one, or we're going to lay a nice smooth inch to 3 inch bed of mortar, depending on how big your chimney is and how thick it needs to be. And then we're going to take a crown coat sealant, which is made by Chimney Saver, and we're going to seal it. Now this is a lifetime sealer, especially when you buy our bundle, because we're going to put our chimney cap on top of it. The benefits to our chimney caps is they stop water penetration. They're going to stop any moisture from getting down into the flue, down into your fireplace and all the components of your damper, your lintel, stops them from rusting, no decay. Fire just accelerates it, but water is what creates the damage. Think about it as sidewalks and roads. The sidewalks and roads, as they are used and stuff, it's the moisture that expands and contracts the expansion joints in fireplaces and chimneys that create decay and deterioration of your fireplace and chimney. So the waterproofer is going to allow moisture to leave, not come in. The caps are going to allow moisture from not pouring in. There'll still be some mist coming in from the caps, but nothing like it is. It's going to stop almost 95% of the moisture from getting down into the components. It's going to protect your top row of brick, your entire mortar crown. It's going to keep out the birds and animals from living in your fireplace. We offer a 24 gauge colored steel, copper, paint grip, stainless steel, and some other kind of metals if you want to match your roof or gutters that we may not have on the list. We can do it. It is a transferable lifetime warranty. What the transferable lifetime warranty means is when there are winds greater than 65 to 70 miles an hour, there's nothing that's going to hold the cap on no matter what. When we have straight line winds or tornadic winds like that, that's really about the only reason why we have to put that on there, because no matter how we do it, it's possible it's going to come out. We can't guarantee that, but we can guarantee from normal weather conditions and also from anything that like trying to invade the chimney like birds or animals. We've been through 2 hurricanes down in Houston now. We've had 3 chimney caps come off, and they've definitely withstood more than that. But we do kind of work with you a little bit on the warranty issue when it comes to that. We just don't. We will warranty the cap, but we will not warranty the labor to put it back on. So that is how our chimney caps protect the chimney caps in our bundles. So then here are some upgraded chimney caps that we can do. This is an upgraded raised lid with windows, number 2. It does not have to be made out of copper. All these are made out of copper. Most of the upgrades do choose to go with copper. It really isn't anything better than the other materials we use. It does patina nicely and stuff like that. But for anything to know about the chimney caps, the material doesn't matter. The warranty doesn't get any better or worse no matter what we put on there. So there is screening in here. I took it out so you could see the windows better. It was kind of blocking what you could see in the picture. This is a Hayes bell. The bells are actually made just slightly bigger than this now. This is one of our first ones, like 15 years ago we did. It is a little bigger. They look a little nicer. Not that they're nicer. They're there. Here is a Hayes. These are when they get bigger. We have to put the legs on the outside to support the lid. So this is our water leak bundle package of what they look like. So, here's the water, here's the flash seal. We waterproof this. You can see on here there's the mortar crown and the crown coat. Here's some more examples of some other ones. So with that all said, that's how we're going to protect your chimney.
So use this video when you're selling these. And so at minimum, if you want to explain it yourself, great. But you can also say, well, if you need to talk to your husband or your wife and show them exactly what I'm telling you, this is a video for you to use. So I like to show that video for you to kind of get off, but you can click on all these and it'll take you to everything that I just talked about. But there is a little, a validity when you have someone like me who is a master certified chimney technician telling them and the owner of the company. So you want to add another charge. So for instance, the chimney needs to be cleaned, but it didn't pass code. Now all of these right here make it to where it doesn't, or it passes code, except for this one. If it doesn't have a cap, there is code that it must have a chimney cap. All these chimneys out there for years that don't have them, it has been a long-standing code that a chimney cap is required. Now, they don't have to have our custom cap. They can have a really cheap Walmart cap or a Home Depot cap, but that is out there. This is the minimum cap we sell. We do have a little exception to that. You can talk to John. So you need to add the chimney cleaning to the deal because it doesn't pass code because it doesn't have a cap. So you'll add charge, and then you'll put sweep and I didn't do it, so we got to do this. You'll get sweep. And you got to go to the 151 or the 100. So you click on that one. You're going to type it is an estimate, quantity 1, and add charge. So now, chimney sweep, when the chimney is either deemed to be up, Chimney sweep when the chimney is either deemed to be up to code or has been brought up to code with necessary work done. Sweep the flue of any fire hazardous soot. All loose soot will be removed. Note, any ashes from previous fires will not be cleaned out of master services and will be left behind. Any stage 3 creosote is not part of this type of service. So we'll talk about that in your training and another video about what the difference between this chimney sweep and a PCR is. That is a chemical cleaning that we provide. So now let's just say they don't purchase. So at that point, you will then go to view estimate and you will email it to them. Hit email and hit send. Okay? So let's say they approve the estimate. You will then, and I'm going to get rid of this because this is going to count on today's stuff. They approve the estimate. You hit mark 1. Confirm. Now what you're going to do is you're going to have them sign for it. So you're going to generate an invoice. You're going to collect the signature. You're going to say approval of estimate. Next. They'll take their finger and they'll sign. Okay. Signer name, Chad, and save. So then you'll then call the call center to schedule it. So now when you're here, now you need to take the money for the inspection. So go back. What I did was I clicked back into the main file. So now see, here's the job. They would have had all that money on there for the thing. But I click on ops. This is the opportunity today, so I'm going to click on the word chimney. If you recall, this is my appointment today. So now you're going to mark that one, and I'm going to take this off because I don't want to mess up today's stuff. You're going to mark that one, confirm. You're going to generate an invoice. You're going to collect the signature. It said job completed. Inspection completed. Okay, next. They're going to sign and put their name. Save. Okay. You're now going to take their payment, and how you would do that, if it's a credit card, you'll call the call center and give them a credit card. Or if you have the swiper, you'll swipe it yourself, and then you will put in the codes that need to be put in that you've done it on another app that we have. And so that's another video at a further date. But if, let's say they hand you a check or cash, you'll hit log a payment. And even if they don't, even if they put you credit card, you've got to log it in here. So let's just say they do give you a credit card. So you'll put credit card here. Okay. You'll put ran by call center or ran on app. And then you'll put in the code it gave you. It'll be like a 5-digit code. And then you'll put this invoice was for 0, so you put 0. But let's say it was 150, you'd put 150, and then you'd hit save. So I'm going to keep this one at 0. If it was cash, you'd put cash or check. If it was check, you put the check number in here, and you hit save. Okay? It's not letting me hit save because there's a 0 amount. So, but you would hit save, and it would log the payment, and it would show us the payment with their signature. So that is how you go through and make the appointments and the estimates. And so the camera inspections and the estimates. We will discuss further, but that is the end of this video.